Hello, everyone. Welcome to another masterclass, this time with some pretty sick, chill beats to kick your opponent's ass to. How is everyone's doing? I am your host, Ken of Weese's Training Grounds, and today we're going to cover probably one of the most difficult topics to cover in DBFZ, to be completely honest. Like, this topic is really hard, because I guess the topic is movement, or neutral, specifically, but the best part of neutral, which is movement, which is the thing I think 90% of people struggle with. Press 1 in the chat if you're in the chat if neutral is something that you actually have a hard time understanding, or if DBFZ is just really weird to you. One day, I will finish dinner before I start. Before I begin, I just want to say thank you all to who donated and who joined us in our art stream. That was really fun. Hello, Classified. Good evening to you too. Thank you for the follow, by the way. I appreciate it. Anyway, today we're going to be covering movement. We've actually covered this before on Weese's Training Ground. We covered how to execute high-level approaches and high-level retreats. And we learned the basics of those, but we kind of left that hanging because, in all honesty, a lot of you guys actually kind of had it and got it pretty quickly. But the reason why neutral is one of the hardest things in Dragon Ball to learn is because movement isn't just mechanical. In other words, you don't just have to be really good at pushing buttons or moving the joystick or pressing the buttons on your hit stick around. You actually need to pay attention to a lot of situations that a lot of people don't. We touched on a few of those situations the first time we did this, but we're going to go over this. So before we go into the recap, so that way everyone's up to speed, do you guys have any general questions that you would like answered tonight? Anything about neutral that you would like to understand a little bit better? And hopefully, by the end of tonight, you guys will have a more fundamental, holistic understanding of basically what neutral demands and how to navigate. And for those of you that are wondering if I am stalling for time so I can finish eating, you are absolutely correct. I'm almost done eating though. But in the meantime, what are some things that you guys want to learn or understand better about this game's neutral, or rather the game's approach to neutral? I am the Godful War. Nice. I like that handle. It's the one handle that's not a 50-50, though it may or may not be a typo. Day says, I want to understand controlling the pace of the match. I completely understand. I think we're going to go over some of that today. Can you use 18 as an example for neutral? Oh, my friend Tokyo Zay. I was going to anyway. I was going to cover 18 even before you asked, to be honest. I need some help while being alone a bit, as with an anchor. Okay. So that's the beautiful thing. I love these answers, guys, because tonight will be, at the very least, the first step into controlling neutral on your own, regardless of your assists, regardless of your team, and regardless of your character. And to prove that, as Tokyo Zay requested, I'm going to do this team. Now, every one of these characters, except for Kefla, struggles with movement and struggles with neutral, quote unquote. But I'm going to show you how these characters actually embody the basics of this character. Actually, fuck it, even better. Boom. All right. It is summer, so let's get those summer colors out. Sun's out, buns out. And we're gonna do it against my team. All right, chat. This is the part of the stream. Y'all know what to do. I'm gonna put my my bowl away, and I'm gonna go grab some water because that was a lot of soy sauce. And when I come back, I want to see some suggestions on which stage we should lab on, and whichever one gets 2 first, I will end up choosing. Unless it's Namek. If you choose Namek, you're evil. Oh, didn't mean to bang the microphone. Alright, it seems we have Namek and Wasteland. Can we get anybody to double up or suggest a new one? Okay, Everlyn requests Space. So Space has 1. Damn. Did not mean to do that. Fuck colors. Wow. You would think that this particular playlist is ad-free, but it isn't. That's really annoying. Why would you make a DMCA playlist that's not ad-free? God damn it. People are fucking stupid. People are fucking dumb. Dog. Alright, Wasteland it is. Sorry, Wasteland got it first. Let's fucking go. I don't have to do Namek, because Namek's a really ugly stage. There we go. Oh, wait. Wasteland is also kind of an ugly stage. Fuck. I got it confused with, I got it confused with Rocky Mountains. God damn it. Oh, well. I guess we're labbing on this stage. The Dragon Ball stages are really fucking boring, to be honest. I really don't like them. Alright. So, to recap, we're going to talk about basic approaches and retreats. And how to go about zones. Zones are going to be a really important concept, so I'm going to go over them again. This is Zone 3, otherwise full screen. As you may have noticed about this particular character, this character does not have anything full screen. That is about as far as he will reach. He has nothing that approaches full screen. He's got nothing that hits. He's got no dive kick. If you are chilling in Zone 3, Gogeta is very unhappy. Which is important to know, because this character cannot threaten you from this distance, okay? That is somewhat true with this character. Now, this character isn't completely devoid of full screen options. He can beam into Vanish, that much is true, but this doesn't reach full screen, that doesn't reach full screen. This sort of reaches full screen, but at a very awkward angle that's pretty easy to avoid. He could theoretically do this, but that could be 2H'd. So this character's options in general, not really the best. And 18. 18, she's got this, and she's got this, and she's got this. But that's about it. She doesn't really have that much, to be honest. And hey, cat. So that kind of sucks. You might be wondering, man, what am I supposed to do with these characters in neutral? Especially 18. She doesn't have a lariat. You know, she doesn't, you know, that doesn't reach very far. You know, this takes too long. This takes too long. Well, today we're going to answer all of those questions. Because here's the secret, okay? Here's something that a lot of people have never told you. Full screen presence in this game Doesn't actually matter. There, I said it. It is important. Don't get me wrong. I'm not going to lie. Being able to do that is pretty important. However, it is not vital. Especially when you're Gogeta. You might be wondering, well, how could that be possible? You have to, like, you can't even zone. Very simple. This. And we will talk about this. But, this is Zone 3. This is your zoning zone. As hilarious as that is to say. This is the zone in which you effectively should never be. Your job is to make it safe for you to get out of this zone. More importantly, it's also to make... You can also make it unsafe for your opponent to get out of this zone. And you do that by securing a life lead and having good zoning tools. This is Zone 2. This right here is very important. This is the majority. This is where you should be a majority of the time. And the reason why is because if your opponent charges forward, you can move back. But if you want and your opponent doesn't charge forward, you can move forward. This zone is incredibly important. More importantly, it's also the zone where this becomes the hardest to deal with. And it is also the zone where your lariats become very important. But, how do we navigate this? Because this is a bit scary, all right? The most common mistake I see of people in Zone 2 is people doing this. In neutral. Just doing this. Whiffing auto combo over and over again. That is the worst mistake you can do. Maybe not with this character, because for some reason this anti-airs, but point being, you should not be doing this. And then the final zone is Zone 1. This is the attacking zone. What you are looking at right now is high-level neutral. You should never be in this zone unless you are attacking or you have lost neutral. If you find yourself in a stare down, retreat. That should be your default thing. Alright, I'm out. Nope, I'm not risking it. You can even call an assist to get out of there if you want. But the point being is you should never be in this zone. It is extremely dangerous. But yeah, this is your zoning. So this is the danger zone. We're going to call Zone 1 the danger zone. You don't want to be here unless you've already won neutral like this, and you've either converted into a combo or into pressure. Those are the only times you should actually be in this particular situation. Otherwise, a majority of the time, you're going to be in Zone 2. Now, how do you traverse zones? Dash, backdash, IED forward, IED back, super jump IED back, or dash jumping, or super jumping. Dash jumping covers the full screen, covers 2 zone distances. So does moon jumping. Moon jumping actually covers more than that. So, those are your movement options when it comes to approaching. Now, we talked about tactics to approach, such as dash block plus assist. Dash blocking plus assist is a very great way. Another one was anti-IED plus assist. Very powerful. Very powerful. So dash button in, IED in, dash blocking in, or super dash in if you are close enough and you want to risk getting 2H'd. Now, those are the basics of approaching. To retreat, you want to IED back. IED back, really good. IED back, super jump IED back, really powerful. Backdash, kind of powerful. So notice how backdash is minus 15, but forward dash is minus 4. The reason why is because backdash is actually a commitment. So be very, very careful using this particular tool. And we'll talk about backdash in a little bit. But you guys get the idea. Do this to move back, do this to move forward. Alright, that's cool. But why did you say that this was high-level movement? Well, Today we're going to talk about tactics to approach and tactics to retreat in neutral. And that is incredibly important because it all comes down less to what you're physically going to do with your hands and more about how you pay attention to a situation. Number one, the biggest thing that we're going to talk about here, I like to call pokes. Another synonym would be a threat, but these are pokes. We're going to talk about pokes today. So you might be wondering, okay, what's a poke? Well, a poke is essentially a button that you could throw out that has pretty good frame advantage on whiff. Minus 29 seems like a lot on block. It is a lot on block. Minus 29 is a fuck ton to be minus of, but when you're in this distance where you actually have to travel, the earliest frame this can hit you on is frame 21, and that's if you do like that frame perfectly, and it doesn't always hit. But if you delay the JM, like, you have enough time to block before your opponent has time to respond. Especially since they have to even react to the fact that you started up anything anyway, and this move becomes active on frame 9, which means it's unreactable. They basically react to the recovery, which, you know, at frame 9, let's give and take and say that it's active on frame, let's see, frame 13. We'll say that this is active for 4 frames, okay? That means that there's only 15 frames of recovery. Or I'm sorry, not 15. There's only about, whatever 29 minus 13 is. I want to say it's like 16 frames of recovery. That is barely reactable. So not only do you have to recognize that your opponent whiffs something, but you also have to respond. That takes time, and your opponent's generally pretty safe by then. Now, do we have to do mental calculus to calculate every single poke? No. But generally, a poke needs to have good range. It needs to have good range. It needs to be fast. Very difficult to react to, ideally. It needs to be very fast. And relatively safe and converts into something. So if Goku gets hit, oops, I can do something like, something like that, where I can level up. Takes so much time. I knew I should have picked different assists, but the point is, Gogeta can get a nice combo off of this. Especially if he gets 2M. You know, you can do the re-jump, whatever. It's been a while since I played Gogeta, actually. I should really fix that. So I do like this character. So, at this distance, this is a good poke. This, not so much, because as you can see, it takes 17 frames, it comes out very, very slow, it's very reactable, and the hitbox is not as great, and the recovery is pretty extreme. So, minus 29, not too bad. Minus 33, yeah, we're in the bad zone. The reason why people mash auto combo is because auto combo has a pretty decent amount of reach. The problem is, this doesn't really cover that much space. This does, and so does this, but they take way too long to come out, and if you whiff the whole thing, you're extremely minus. So no, auto combo is not a sufficient poke. Okay? You don't want to auto combo. So, for Gogeta, the poke that I like the most, 5M. And the reason why we're going to pay attention to the poke is because this is your threat. Being able to do this is extremely important in this game. Being able to do that is hella important. And the reason why it's important, my friends, is because that is your biggest threat. If your opponent charges in recklessly, they get smacked by a medium. If they're not guarding their toes, if they're dash blocking, standing, they're gonna get caught by the 2M. This is a very dangerous situation to be in. Okay? But here's the thing, your opponent also has pokes, depending on the character. Blue Goku has 5M, 2M, 5H, 5S is a poke. And Blue Goku, in general, is pretty strong. So your goal is to play what fighting game players call footsies. Basically, stepping in and out of your opponent's ranges. Now, we don't just shimmy, because that's silly, because most people do that. We use our dashes to play neutral. So if you're going to poke, you want to do that, or you can even do that, which takes a little bit more time. And if you know your opponent's going to poke, you can backdash away to create some distance, get them to whiff something, come in and take your turn. Even if they block, it is still your turn, and your job is to convert your poke into pressure. Very basic fighting game stuff, but it applies in DBFZ. Dragon Ball Fighters has footsies. And we'll demonstrate that to you guys today. But that's basically the same concept. An aerial poke can be this, but now here's the thing. What if your opponent's in the air? Because there are a couple of mechanics that you do have to deal with. You have to deal with this, and you have to deal with this. How do we deal with those tools? How do we deal with our opponent up backing all the time? How do we deal with this, blah, 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 blah? And it's very simple. The reason why I'm even recapping and explaining all this to you is because we're going to break down very specific situations. So, pretty nice. This is pretty cool. This is a great poke. This is a great poke. This is fantastic neutral. See, look at the reach on that. Like, most people are going to really struggle with that. And that's really, really cool. Because now, let's say Blue Goku dashes forward and presses a button, I can do that. And if he gets hit with this, TOD starter. I still lose to up back. Everyone does, until you learn how to deal with it. But Gogeta specifically does have a really good poke. This is so good for checking aggression. And because of this, now you're starting to see where Gogeta begins to shine. Now, you'll notice that I haven't talked about the double dash yet. And the reason why I haven't talked about the double dash is because the double dash actually doesn't matter. The double dash is more of a mix-up tool. However, it makes it really ambiguous to play footsies with him because he can jump into your space and then back. Hey, nope. What are you doing? And still probably get a conversion if you do it right. Yep. This, very important tool. Because he can traverse distances really closely. He can bait his opponents to do something. So if you say, let's say he does this and you want a 2H. You're like, haha, I read, nope. And he catches your 2H attempt. Because of that, Gogeta is actually pretty damn strong, especially in the mid-range. With big buttons, a tracking 5S, which is fantastic as well, by the way, guys. Because if my opponent does that, not bad. We're gonna repeat, I think. Ooh, not in the corner. There you go. You still have a risk. You could be threatening to poke this anyway. Like, I could be doing that if I want. But if they jump, because it tracks, it stops the opponent dead. And you still get a conversion. You still get a pretty decent conversion. Oops, messed up. Yep, messed up again. Don't pretend that true combo. You guys get the point. It's been a while since I practiced Gogeta. But look at this. That's how you maintain distance. So, retreat. Nope. 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 That's a punish. That's a punish. That's not a punish. That's a punish. That's not a punish. This is actually a fun little exercise. Because if you maintain the distance, there's nothing he can do to hit you. Especially if you start incorporating jumps. So you're inputting one backdash. I am inputting one backdash. Every time. So that way you guys can see my... Oh my god, I really hate the way this works. If you dash back, or if you struggle getting away with a super dash, what you do is this. You do that. Because now... Fuck. See? And I'm not reacting. A lot of the times, this is a natural movement pattern. You'll see Kaiden do this a lot. It's a little bit hard to time on reaction. Yeah. So this, very natural movement pattern. Until you land. So, if you guys have ever seen a French player play... If you guys have ever seen a French player play, you probably have seen, especially Kaiden, do this. This is how he deals with Super Dash. Now, it's very risky for somebody to actually approach with Super Dash this way. That's why, at a high level, you don't normally see that. And the reason why it's risky is twofold. One is because of this. They can get hit, but more importantly, if they time it till after, he can recover in time in 2H. It's generally not safe to Super Dash someone. I know, right? I said the weird thing, because we've, you know, been brought up in DBFZ, and we think that this is the most broken tool in the world. It is. This tool is pretty degenerate. It's hard to deal with, especially in ranges like right here. But if your opponent's right here, you should not be backdashing. You should be backdashing in reaction. Otherwise, your most common retreat is going to be this. If you're Adult Gohan, this. If you're 21, or I'm sorry, if you're 18, this or this. There you go. So, right there, we just learned high-level defensive movement. Maintain the distance. What I did here... Notice how I'm maintaining the distance. Notice how... Oh, notice how I only move in when I'm ready to attack. Ooh, that was weird. I don't know why the recording changed. Oh, I hate this. There you go. This is the distance that you need to maintain. This right here, by the way, guys, this interaction is what I mean when you guys see me in ring match evals and I say you need to get better at maintaining your distance. You should not be approaching your opponents unless you're ready to attack and punish. And the best way to do that is to give them their space. Rule number 2, let your opponent play. You might be wondering, oh my god, but I play Kid Buu so that way they don't have to play. I thought this was Marvel. No, you're not playing Marvel. You're playing a fighting game, okay? And contrary to a lot of DBFZ players, especially some American pros that I see, you need to let your opponent interact because that is the best way to kill them. You need to kill your opponent. They need to move. You see, if my opponent does nothing, then I have to 50-50 them. But it turns out that if my opponent wants to play the game, and I let them play the game, they're gonna eat 2 M's. Hey, Bat. They're gonna eat 2 M's. So it's crazy. It's almost like... Boom! Oh my god! That's crazy! Oop, messed up. Wow, look at that starter! Oh my god, that assist is high. Wow! Wow! Neutral! Insane! And it's all because we play a fighting game. And it's all because we play a fighting game. That's crazy, dog. That is truly novel. So, right here, you might be wondering, what the fuck? I thought we were playing Marvel. No, we're playing a fighting game, all right? We're playing a fighting game. Footsies is a thing, and you need to maintain your opponent's distance, and you need to stop being afraid of your opponent and pay attention to the situation. Now, you might be wondering, okay, Ken, well, what do you mean when you say pay attention to the situation? Well, I chose Blue Goku because I know how Blue Goku moves. I know the range of this, I know the range of this, and I know the range of this. I know his pokes, and I know that my safe zone is about right here. So I'm going to stay just outside of his ranges, and then when I can, dash in, either using my assists, or using my bigger buttons. By the way, stubby button, by the way. Stubby button, by the way. Stubby button, by the way. Stubby 10-frame button, by the way. She has bad buttons, guys. Her buttons are so stubby. Oh my god. 18 sucks. No. No, she's not stubby. No. No, she's not stubby. She is not stubby. Alright? This has more range than you think. This might be a little stubby. This is monstrous. This is annoying. That is pretty good, actually. This less so, but it doesn't matter when her best routes come from by them anyway. Because she can do... And so on, so on, so on. So. Wow! What do we do with 18 now? Okay. This, we've established this is a good poke. Okay? This, a bit slow, but also a good poke. This is a very strong poke. But this is broken. This is broken. If you're 18, you should have one goal. Get a life lead. Once you have a life lead, they have to approach 18. Which means her defensive and evasive movement become very important. Because her defensive options in doing this... Oh my god, the amount of people I have seen die because they touched this barrier. So I'll do that. Because they'll think, oh, I'm going to charge her. And I can buffer a backdash here. I can buffer up. She is remarkably safe. And because she doesn't need to approach anymore, now suddenly her toolkit becomes busted. More importantly, she can capitalize on the opponent's aggression. She can get out of their space and then jump in at a time that's more appropriate for her. And what's really broken... See? Half the time for her pokes, you don't even know what side she's going to hit on because of her JM. So she could whiff punish you, and you could be like, what the hell did I just get hit? Where did I get hit from? So that brings us to our third rule. The most important thing to remember. You don't always need to attack. You don't always need to be go, 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 go. Because if you do that, you're basically playing a game of gorillas, and the bigger gorilla is going to win. So if you're playing this team, but your opponent's playing Bardock, Z Broly, Kid Buu, Blue Goku, Kefla, you're gonna die. Yes, there is. It's not that there's hit stun. It's the fact that whenever they touch the barrier, it counts as a whiff, which means they're in recovery. Don't, you see, you're already being selfish. Don't think about, will this convert and will I be able to kill them? It doesn't matter. The goal is to win neutral, and that means take your turn. If that means a hit, take it. If that means on block, oh no. Here's the important thing. If she's on block, this character is fucking evil. This character is fucking evil. Oops. Let's see. Oops. No, they have to stand for that, I think. Yeah. Evil. This character is fucking evil. If she gets you in the corner, oh, you are having a bad time. Oops. Yeah, good luck. Hey, you can't even see what she's doing half the time. If this character gets you to block, you are going to have... Hey, thanks for the sub. Really appreciate it, Tokyo Zai. Or Tokyo Zai. I think it's Zai, probably, if you're doing the Japanese pronunciation, right? Mods, is anyone here? Can someone give him a link, please? This character is so good. Especially if she does this. That's evil. That's evil. If you want to be truly evil, though... Evil. 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 Thank you so much, Speedy Crib, for the follow. Really appreciate it. So, if you win neutral... Zay. Okay. Nice. Tokyo Zay. This is super important. This character, if she gets you to block... Evil. Because you could do this. Oop. Hang on. Stuff like that. You can actually... Is that fake? Hell yeah. Are they gonna mash? Probably not. Point being, this character, when she wins neutral, has incredibly high reward. All of these characters on block are really, really, really potent. Alright, cool. Well, now we know how to bait our opponent's approaches. How do we move forward? Well, when we need to move forward... Hello. There are a couple of things you can do. This, really good. And when you are about this range, you should be trying to dash in and poke. If they like to super dash, dash block. Dash block is the most aggressive form of defense. This is really good if they're in the air. And use your assists. That's another common mistake. Number 4, using your assists in neutral. I don't have a full screen assist on this team, which is absolutely fine. But the point being is, even though I don't have a full screen assist with the current assists I have available, the important thing to understand is you want to use your assists in conjunction with moving forward. You don't use your assists to move forward. What do I mean by that? Meaning, I'm not going to call this and then hope that they get hit by it so I can move forward. I'm going to move forward and hit them with it. Basically, you need to think of your assists less as free neutral tools and more as additional pokes. You see, I don't have to poke and commit to something because I can just call an assist and then adjust accordingly. You know? I can retreat, dash block, make them think I'm going to commit to something, call barrier, boom, done. This is how you properly use these assists, but that requires good movement. So, what are some movement patterns that we can think about? Well, as you guys saw, IDs are really strong. Super jump IDs are even stronger because you can float. You go for a mix-up right as you win neutral. And dash blocks and pokes. Don't forget to poke. If it whiffs, that's okay. Back away. If it whiffs, that's okay. Back away. Try to get out. More importantly, if your opponent comes forward, move back. See, if you maintain this distance... Oh my god, this is so fucking annoying. If you maintain this distance, you can avoid anything. Maintain zone 2. Because if you maintain zone 2, if your opponent jumps in, you can jump back. You can even dash forward and get away from them. And leave them minus. You can do this. You can do this. You can do this. If you think that they're going to super dash. You can backdash safely. I only backdash from zone 2. If you are getting caught for your backdashes, that is because you are backdashing in zone 1. So here's a great way I could demonstrate what I mean by that. Look at this. So let's say I do this. Right? See how I maintain the distance? But watch how hard it is if I'm already in zone 1. See? See the problem? See the problem? I'm trying to get away, but my opponent is going to chase me down. And because they're moving forward, they have an advantage. Because that's -6. Well, I guess it's the same either way. But this is very, 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 very difficult to escape. So you might be wondering, alright, what the fuck, you know? That's why, if you see me do crazy shit, like you see me like, whoa, that was such a sick read, I was probably already in zone 2, and I'm maintaining my distance. Zone 2 is where you have the most control. Now, here's a tactic. How do we deal with opponents that are super defensive? The opponents that do this. Just moving like this. They just back the entire time and wait for the beam to come back. Okay? How do we deal with that? Well, very simple. Okay. Watch for the landing and stay grounded. Was a bad time to super dash. Gogeta. Boom. Well, hopefully I would have... Right there. You chase. Now, let me break this... You know what? Where's T? Because this will be easier to demonstrate with T. This is not... This is zone 1. Well, that's the thing. Super Dash is designed to deal with that specific situation. So, I'm never so under that I can't 2H them. That's why 2H is a universal input like down, instead of like an anti-air DP that's like 214L. This is very, very important to keep in mind. And the reason why it's important to keep in mind is because I don't have a single mod in here, and that is actually annoying. You have a hard time 2Hing when super dash, then just reflect. Maintain the same side. Meaning, maintain the same side. Don't let them cross over you or under you. And what you do against an opponent that's up backing a lot, dash block. Dash block and remain grounded. Because they're trying to get away from you. And the reason why you dash block is because most people who are trying to behave defensively, you have to understand what their actual goal is. Their goal is they are trying to basically get you to come into their space, commit to something, and then you have to hold what they're about to do. So, for example, if I'm doing this, I'm trying to hit you so that way you can get hit by Adult Gohan, so that way I can take my turn. That's why you see top players, they move forward and then back a lot. You do this. Dash forward, ID back. This right here, stuff like this is assist bait. You're baiting their assists. So if you chase them, maintaining zone 2, they jump back, they're going to call an assist. So if he calls Kefla, let's say he does that, right? Oh my god, I'm doing it too late. I'm doing it too late. There you go. Maintaining the distance, you're always jumping. You can stop your momentum. You can block it. And if you block it, most people will try to come in, but you reflect it. You reflect it. I'm actually only minus 17. Or I'm actually only minus 17. Which means if they super dash, they're getting 2H'd. Because there's no way they can cover that distance in 17. We're avoiding their assists, and we're paying attention to their assists, so when their assists are gone, now I can be way more aggressive, and they have to start basically thinking about surrendering neutral. Because the likelihood of them winning in that position while up backing is very low. Just because your opponent's up backing does not mean they're winning. You can get them to cede ground. And because they're trying to get away from you and they're trying to bait you, they're usually moving backwards, which means you can push them into the corner without ever needing to throw a punch. But that's if they understand the situation. If they're just up backing to up back, that's what this is for. Dash, super dash. See? Force them down. Force that RPS. You can force an RPS by forcing them to block, and most people are usually not blocking, especially at low levels, when they're jumping or up backing the entire time. And at that point, you're kind of chilling. Not only that, pay attention to their landing. So if they do this, right? They have to land at some point. And that's the point of maintaining this distance. It's so that way you can read where they're going to land. So if he does, I can pay attention to where he's going to be. See? See? You can pay attention to where he's going to land. And, of course, if he super dashes, you have assists. Ideally. If you have a fast assist or an anti-air DP assist, this is where they come in handy. Where they super dash you, you block, call Adult Gohan, or call UI Goku. They're gonna hit, and you're gonna get a free ass conversion. Those are the basics of approaching. Now, before we continue, do you guys have any questions? Do you guys understand are you guys starting to understand the flow of neutral? It is so much easier to do this with like a live opponent, to be honest. Let me see if I can get a guest. Yeah, it's starting to remind me of another fighter I play. Good. Because DBFZ is a fighting game. Who knew? Basically, the biggest thing to learn is you need to learn how to maintain this distance, how to attack from this distance, and how to retreat from this distance. Maintaining this is essential for good play. And that is true if you're 18, if your character has quote-unquote bad neutral. Now, how can you start taking advantage of that? Well, the best way you could take advantage of that, obviously, is paying attention to your opponent's pokes. That is a huge poke. This is a good poke. That is a good poke. Technically, this is a fantastic retreat. That's something you need to do. We can do... I'm out. I'm out. That's a good abort button. And then you just leave. Because now, you're like, hey, I'm out. Woo! Woo! And then Adult Gohan can get really nasty in particular, because Adult Gohan can do... That's... He can literally mix you up from neutral, making him, if the user has really good movement, remarkably difficult to catch. Not only that, but he's also quite hard to approach. Because this... Hey. Very hard to approach. So, as long as they have good movement, they're going to be okay. And they're going to be difficult to catch. Woo! I thought Gohan's fun. Sometimes in neutral, you can even make them hold an assist. So, for example, I can make him go that. Oops, didn't mean to do that. Nasty. This character is the epitome of nasty. See? Just chase their landing. Just chase their landing. Ooh, thank you for the resub, Scarlet. Appreciate it. Nice to see you here, by the way. And of course, if you maintain your principles and you maintain your distance, I play barrier. You can actually catch them. Oops. Damn. Go. I play barrier, personally, when I play 18. This is not my team. My team is on the left. Or my team is on the right. I play Blue Goku, Kefla, Beerus. That's my team. But I do mess around with other characters, and 18, I do play her. And I do know how to play her. But yeah, no, these characters are really, really, really important. And being able to control movement like this is incredibly vital. And it's an integral part of gameplay. So, once again, maintain zone 2 and don't surrender it unless you're trying to attack. Now you might be said, okay, well, what about super jump float? Well, I don't really super jump that much. The only time I jump is to avoid assists. All right, I'm out, or to avoid the ground. Like, for example, if I'm baiting a Ki Blast volley, like my opponent doing something like that. Oops. Fuck. Something like that. Oh my god, this is actually tough. There we go. And so on. Yeah. So, right here, by the way, we promised that we would talk about backdash. If you find yourself needing to get out of a zone 1 situation, IED back. And the reason why IED back is good is because it gets you out of range for most of their buttons, it gets you out of range of their assists, gets you out of range of their pokes, it gets you out of range of their lariats. Meanwhile, this can actually stop or punish their approach attempt, or this can actually catch them if they try to super dash you to chase. If you are already in zone 2, backdash is a good approach, because here, it doesn't matter if you're minus 15 at this distance, because most things cannot hit you from here with that speed. So, if I'm right here, like let's say we're right here. ID does not necessarily have block priority, you just don't have that much recovery. You can still get hit dashing back, so be careful. Anytime you dash back, it's a risk. That's why you have a button like this. But if you IED forward, you can block. Just like dash block. So dash blocking and back dashes are going to be integral parts to your movement. Back dash and dash block. Back dash in zone 2, dash block to come in. But generally, you only want to dash when you're in zone 2 already. IED in when you are in zone 1. And IED out when you are in zone 1. Because if you're IEDing in zone 1, surprise, cross up. More importantly, you create a lot of distance very quickly. This is a very common high-level pattern right here. IED back, backdash. Or super jump, IED back, backdash. So, like, say someone doesn't really know how to mid-screen Oki. Knockdown, I can reflect IED back. You theoretically could do that, yeah, if you want to create some distance. That is something you can do. Just don't get caught for it. This is a very common pattern. This is how you retreat from zone 1. And the reason why this is good is because you could do easily that. See? Come back in. Your Adult Gohan. Fake your retreat. That's really strong. You can also get out of jail free. Just do this. Hey, I'm out. Hey. Hey. You can even... stuff like that. Generally speaking, remaining grounded is usually better. Now, how should we move in general? What is a general movement pattern? Should you be jumping a lot? Another mistake I see is people doing this. You're right. This has its place, but generally speaking, I personally don't like to jump that much. I only like to jump to traverse large amounts of distance and to use it to bait my opponent's assists. Like that right there is assist bait. Because remember, think about what you do and think about why your opponent does. When do we call assists? Are you thinking about when you should call assists? You should be calling assists to get in. Well, not like that. But you should be calling assists to get in. So, if I'm about this range, if I'm in range for the opponent's assists, that should tell me that I should avoid it as best as I can. So I'm not really going to approach this Adult Gohan if I were this Bluku until he spends this and this. If those are spent, that's when I can start challenging. But otherwise, I don't want to risk. You know, this is a lot of risk. Now, if they have a full screen assist like Kefla, they're using that to create space on the ground, so that way they can either dash block behind it, IAD in, or let's do 18. Dash jump like that. So what assists you recommend 18? Like Tohan, DP, Broly, A? I don't understand what you mean. Is that your team? Like Tohan, Broly? Number one thing you should do is pick a team. Pick and master a team. Have a main team at all times. Don't play variety. I mean, you could play variety, but have one dedicated team. Like, I also play a lot of teams, but if anybody asks me what I play, Blue Goku Keflabiris. That's my specialty. That is the team that I would take to tournaments. That is the team I would compete against the best players in the world with, if I had to fight them. But I play a lot of characters. Point being, as you guys can see, this is pretty good. Now, if you're an 18 player, you have a Ki Blast. What are Ki Blasts for? Oh, Ki Blasts are for zoning, right? They can be. Yeah, you can play as Tongo. Yeah, Tohan Broly's broken for 18. Go for it. On that team, you can play whatever assist you want. I personally would play 18B. But if you want to play Barrier with Team Gohan, you could do that. But I don't really... It's not that great. There you go. So, right here, this is a very common movement pattern. I'm moving forward for a couple of reasons. One, look at my bar. Let's start from 0 bar, okay? Every time you move forward, you build bar. So if my opponent's just hanging out at full screen, my job is to try to get in safely, because they want me to come in. If you see an opponent doing this, okay, they're challenging you. They're saying, ha ha ha, try to come in. Okay. No. No. See, right there, they let you walk and let you put them in range of your assists, while you successfully baited their own. If they 2H, they just whiff the 2H, which means they're vulnerable. They're probably going to spend their assists, so you dash block call your own, and so on, so on, so on. Point is, these movement patterns, moving forward, is great bait. Like, this is very aggressive, but you're just saying, no. This is why you see at high level this a lot. That's what this is. This is, hey, come here. Hey, spend your assists. Hey, I'm going to attack you. Hey, hey, hey. That's what that's for. That's why Kaiden does it. That's why Kasuga does it. That is basically one of the more basic reasons why your opponents move like that. And it's also why they're playing at zone. This zone, especially if they have a full screen assist, because they can do stuff. Especially if they can moon jump. Because now they have more control over where they land. This is very common bait. You'll see this a lot. There you go. So, how do I bait my opponent's assists? Remember, if your opponent doesn't have assists, they can't poke. They don't have those 2 extra pokes. They're more vulnerable. Move forward. Be back. You could super jump. You can even do this if you want. This is less good. If you can super jump forward, ID back, that's better. But this is how we use our movement to basically make it ambiguous what we're going to do, but more importantly, bait our opponent's approaches and make it unsafe for them to do so by putting them in range of our assists. So, once the assists are out of play, that's when the real game begins. Now, to recap. Step 1, in neutral, number 1 goal, bait your opponent's assists. Get rid of them. We will go over that in a more advanced masterclass dedicated to assists. But generally speaking, the way you bait your opponent's assists is if they think about their assists the way you think about your assists. And the way you should think about your assists is, as a secondary poke, know the ranges of your assists. So I obviously can't call my assist from here, which means I have to do this. Okay? I have to maintain some distance. Zone 2 is where my assists are most effective, which means I'm going to threaten them from this zone. As long as I have assists and I'm in this zone, I am a threat. The reason why is because if he calls Kefla, I could just backdash, avoid the ball. If he calls Beerus, I could backdash, super dash to punish if he tries to do anything, thinking that I'm respecting it. I can also dash block plus assists. If he calls his assist, I could just do that, which will clear the room. I could do this if he jumps. There's a lot of options here, and that's how you utilize your assists. Step 2, poke, threaten, threaten, threat. You need to be a threat. Rule number 3, you don't always need to attack. You don't always need to attack. It's okay to let your opponent play. Because when your opponent plays, as we could see, maybe he does, which is a good movement pattern. That's a fantastic movement pattern. See? See? You can even... See? If you maintain zone 2, you avoid a lot. Meanwhile, if I'm in zone 1, it's a lot harder to avoid things. If he did JM, that probably would have hit me. See? It's a lot harder to avoid things. So maintain zone 2. Oof. Not plus enough. Look at that. With punish. That's why you gotta be careful backdashing. And that right there, by the way, is why you don't backdash in zone 1. Because if I do this, I'm gonna get hit by the assist. You ID back. You ID back like that. If I'm in zone 2, backdash, jump over. Backdash, jump over. Backdash to maintain the distance, jump over. I can even backdash, moon jump, and get out. See? Backdash. Ooh, and that right there is why JH is powerful against Super Dash. I forgot about that JH, and that JH hit me. See how much control I have just by maintaining in zone 2? That's why you don't want to... Whiff punish. This is fantastic. You can even, if you want to be really nasty... Ooh, I got crossed up. I was hoping I could call Gogeta. You do that. Oh, wrong. You do that as well. That's another thing, by the way. You you that. Defensive assist calls. And that right there is unique to 18. And that right there is why barrier is kind of broken. Look how plus I am. Oops. You can even do this. Oh my god. I hate this. You can also use 5S to check approaches, by the way. Day was asking how you can control your opponent, the pace. Well, the pace is dictated by how much your opponent's rushing you. So the more you avoid your opponent, the more you slow them down. So if he's trying to avoid me, I just do this. Hold that. Stuff like that. Nice checks. Nah, barrier is really good for neutral. And it's also very good for mix. It's really good for mix. Especially after a key blast, because people like to reflect. By the way, that right there is why dash block is powerful. You can actually see it with Blue Goku. Dash block plus assist is really strong. As you can see. So, now you guys understand the importance of keeping your distance. Boom, neutral. And now I won neutral and I reap the reward. Because he whiffed something in front of me. So even if he's safe, it is my turn. Now, to demonstrate these concepts, I'm actually going to rely on someone. T, if you can, please come into the voice chat. So that way you and I can do a couple of demonstrations. Just hoping. Ah, there it is. That's the cursed mix. That's the cursed mix. That's cursed. I will be awaiting you in the voice chat, T. We're gonna lower the music a little bit. I'm also gonna be in US East Coast bottom lobby.
Hello.
Hello, T. T, say hi to chat.
Hello, chat.
You ready to hold 18 in front of everybody?
Not really, but I'm willing.
Don't worry, I won't play 18 against you today.
Alright, let's get it.
Fredo Slime asks, do you know how to do the super jump install with Goku Black?
I know how to do it. It's very difficult for me.
It's very difficult for anybody who doesn't have a hitbox, to be honest.
Yeah, I play on D-pad. I can sometimes do it, but I don't go for it in matches, because...
It should tell you something that Wawa knows how to do the super jump install, and instead he just plays Videl, so he just gets the normal 50-50. And doesn't fuck with the install. Oh, hello, Nani. Nani. Thank you so much for the host, Talon TV. Really appreciate it. Thank you so much. All right. What do you do for mid-screen Oki with 18? I don't mid-screen Oki with 18. If they delay tech, I push them into the corner.
That escalated quickly.
If they do nothing, I just, to cover back up tech, I just dash jump, call and assist. Look at that. I see my subscribers. Oh my god, it's Meezy.
Oh yeah.
You know what you know what you have to do.
No.
Get in there.
Get in there.
For the sake
I
of
mean, I can try to ping him.
Nah, don't actually do it.
I know.
No, Chris. You know what? I'm gonna leave it 4 players open. I want to make you play randoms if they come in.
The content.
Like, well, also because I want you to practice.
Yeah.
So here, we're gonna do... I'm not gonna do anything evil, I swear.
Alright, what team?
I'm playing your team.
Ah, alright.
Oh,
Wait, this...
oh,
wait,
wow.
no,
Wow,
wait,
whoa,
wait.
whoa.
Wait.
Whoa. What is that team?
I'm teaching a friend how to play, and he likes those characters, so I'm like, alright.
Alright, well, you and I are gonna do a movement drill. We're gonna just play neutral a little bit, and I'm going to describe out loud what we're doing, okay?
Alright.
So how do we apply this in a real match? I have no idea how T's gonna move, okay? I have no idea how he's gonna use his assists, but I want you to pay attention to the difference between the way we approach and the way we play. I'm gonna do slightly advanced movement. Okay. Oh, that was cursed.
Oh no!
That's why you don't die of Goku Black. So you see, right here, I'm poking. Bro.
You get it. Yeah.
And now I had 1 neutral. I pinned him down. Notice how I'm doing my best to maintain the distance. And so is he. So, you might be wondering, why did I beam? The reason why I beamed was because he was far enough that the only thing he can do, essentially to prevent me from beaming, is super jumping forward. Or dash jumping forward, but that would have been risky because I did it on reaction. You have to... Ooh. Pain. I thought you would jump. See, right there? You might be wondering, oh my god, how did he avoid T's air-to-air? I didn't. I'm just far enough away that I could react to anything he's gonna want to do. Except that, I guess. Dude, this is... You know, fuck this. You know what's bad when I'm like, this is pain. Why are we lagging? What is happening? No. You can play Goku Black. I'm just fucking tired of Black.
He did nothing.
I 2H'd.
Oh.
Boom. So right there was an excellent example. He came in trying to bait something because I was retreating. So he was trying to cede his territory, and I caught his retreat with JM because my JM reaches very far. This is Yamcha's best poke. God, this team sucks, see? And what's cool about Yamcha is Yamcha has built-in ways to retreat, making him hard to catch. And now I'm plus. And notice how I maintain the distance. Oop, tried to maintain the distance. But you guys saw how backdash can backfire if they're in zone 1. That was good. T baited me to come forward because T doesn't know how to move forward. So I have to do all the work.
All that.
That was actually kind of cursed. Sorry, the Discord is for subs only. You genuinely don't know how to approach, bro. Help. What was that? What are you doing? He.
I thought.
That was a free 2H. I beamed. I want you to know that I beamed. Dude, this team is awful in neutral. You know that, right? Like, this team has genuinely bad neutral.
Oh.
This was a mistake. I can't play your team. This team is actually really bad. But do you like my tag? Way of the watermelon? That is a full screen mix-up. I'll jump forward. I thought you can backdash masters on Vanish. You can. Oh wait, I'm hit.
Alright.
How does this character work, man?
This.
That's all you need.
Yes. Oh!
Nasty, huh?
No.
This character's dumb. See? Oh my god. Wait, did you kill Goku Black?
Yeah, he died because he got sniped by a key bust. He accidentally jumped forward.
A lot of times when I block and backdash of True Vanish, I still get caught by mashing. That is because some buttons can reach backdash and you're minus 15 when you backdash. Not only that, it's not recommended to backdash because they can... Oh god, did I hit rematch? Okay. Oh, oh yeah! Oh yeah! Of course.
Make them play each other.
Alright, T.
No.
Show us the principles of how to move.
All the assists.
So you have a goal, okay? Bait the assists and maintain zone 2. That is your #1 goal. Alright? You should have seen how I did it earlier in the demonstration. Maintain zone 2. And only approach when it's safe.
Alright.
Oh, and they're on fucking Namek. Oh my god.
No.
Alright, T. Show me what you're made of.
He's talking too much. No! I immediately lost it. I'm sorry.
Oh my god. That explains why the connection got really bad.
Oh. Oh wait, he has no assist?
Yep. Now's the time to approach. Yep. Exactly. Just like that. They spend their assists. You're vulnerable. You just take your turn.
Go hit.
You just take your turn. Now, as hit, he's going to maintain zone 2, bait him to commit to something, and then punish him for it. Like that. Like that. That's brilliant. Good retreat. Good tech. Ooh, that's just a dick move. That's not even high level. That's just mean. There you go.
Hey, I'm a killer because I don't like Vegeta.
Because I don't like Vegeta.
Wait, can I counter his use?
When do you go full-on aggressive? When your opponent lets you.
I thought that was wrong.
You only go full-on aggressive? See, if T were to go full-on aggressive against this guy, he would lose. Because this dude is using very, very high priority assists, and he's playing characters that are very difficult to wrestle neutral out of. However, if your opponent is playing timidly, if they're playing passively, that is when you go full aggressive. Like when do you Oki? I Oki when they're in the corner. That's generally when I go to Oki. Mid-screen, my goal is to get them to the corner.
Oh,
Right there. Yeah. Right there. He baited the option, and he won. By retreating, T just used his opponent's aggression against him. His opponent is very aggressive right now, and T is dismantling that aggression. T's actually doing a wonderful job of that. And the best part is I don't even have to have an aneurysm doing it myself.
Just envy in there.
I don't play trash.
Damn. Do I play this guy too? Yes.
Yes.
I have an orange connection. Alright. Oh shoot. He's gonna show me hit.
All C assist.
Alright, this is a better map.
But do you guys see? Do you guys see how maintaining zone 2 is incredibly effective against these kinds of opponents?
Alright, 4 frames, I can do this. Oh!
I was about to say good conversion.
Yeah, but I just need to get used to it.
You got grabbed. Oh my god.
That was a bad super dash.
That was a very bad super dash. There you go. T using his poke in order to get his opponent to bite on something. But notice how he's maintaining the distance. When his opponent moves in, T moves back. That is how you deal with the aggression.
Oh, he tried to attack it.
Yeah, you shouldn't move back when you have the corner. Remember, T is a student too.
No! Oh no, that's because the
Habit. That's a habit. The reason why what you should do when you're in the corner is to actually move forward. That'll cross up your opponent's inputs, and they have to super jump back to call you out, which is not intuitive. There you go.
Oh no, I'm
He is the master of using his assists as a poke.
my only poke.
It's your only poke. Oh no.
Ah. I don't like base.
Nobody likes Space Goo.
Oh, why did? Alright. Oh! Oh boy, I baited for that.
He doesn't know what to do. He doesn't know what to do. You should have 2H that.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Oh, Yamcha, no. Oh, okay, at least Yamcha wasn't the only one to die in this match, because he did it.
I don't think you needed the level 3, to be honest.
Oh, I mean, just to be safe.
You just wanted to see the animation. Don't lie to me.
I mean, it doesn't look bad. It's pretty cool.
So you might be wondering, well, that's cool, but how do you deal with somebody that's moving back a lot? For example, how do you deal with people that move very defensively? As Tokyo Zay asked me, when do you become aggressive? The answer is not necessarily never, but you need to read opportunities on when to attack. It's very hard because this team wants to play a certain way. So, T, you're going to meet me in the other ring. We're going to play this. Never mind, meet me on the top. There we go. We're just going to play neutral. But you're going to play neutral the way you're normally playing neutral. I'm going to show you how to beat that. That's how you beat that. But if he wants to move back, punish him for moving back. Because if T dash jumps here, go ahead and... Yeah, I wasn't ready for it. But like if T dash jumps here, for example, I have Adult Gohan if I had better reflexes. And I could 2H.
Yeah.
Yeah. Boom.
Yep.
Not only that, but Kefla is a lot better at it than he is, and she has more range. So that's an example of something aggressive. Is like, notice he's jumping a lot. I can basically, I would try to retreat there. I can just do that. And her, oh, I didn't mean to kill you, my bad. I can attack from full screen. That's how you deal with this. I can also do this if I really want to, but that's dangerous. I didn't even realize you can counter assists. That's... See, right there? Maintaining the distance. That was a good whip punish. Oh. Forget it has invul shit. And I can do that. I can do that. Oh my god, you were barely out of tip range. You didn't even move. You're like, I'm dead. Oh wait, I'm fine. I live.
Yeah, I didn't kill you because I dropped it.
See? You see right there, the retreat? I recognize that it wasn't my turn. God, his buttons are weird.
Yeah.
God. Damn. Let me play the dog. Go on. Bitch.
Oh, nice.
Boom. That's how also you could use your assists to approach as well. I didn't mean to double press. I honestly thought... God, I hate... That was a dangerous super dash. That was a very dangerous super dash. The hell?
Yeah.
Yeah, see? Oh my god. Right there! Hold on. Pause. Right there, that whole interaction chat, right there, that's what I mean when I say you can snipe their landing. He got hit. Like, T's defense is pretty good. Like, just as a demonstration, T blocked this. I'm not gonna do anything cursed. See? Like, T's defense is pretty solid, right? Now, I could do stuff like this.
This is not the time. And no. Wait.
I could do stuff like that, but point being...
Yeah, I'll check it in there. Alright.
Point being is that right there, I knew he wanted to get away from me. And because he was avoiding me and spent his double jump, I was able to chase him and he got hit for it. So right here, what T really struggles with is actually zoning. He's not sure what to do.
Yeah.
See? And the reason why is because T, you move too defensively. When you move defensively, you're showing me that it's dangerous for me to approach, so I'm gonna make you approach. But I thought I caught the end. Oof.
Ew.
I was gonna press 5M again. But this right here, this drill, for example, had all the demonstrations that you need. It had us moving out of zone 2. Our movement was a little bit sloppy, but point is, I gotta practice my Dalton horn. Oh, bro. Actually, we're gonna alt-tab for this. I need you to disconnect after this, because we're gonna move on to a VOD, and then we're done for the evening. But I want to do another match with you, because I want to see how difficult to block this is. I'm sorry.
Oh.
I'm sorry, T. I'm sorry, T.
I should have drank caffeine.
I don't think you would be able to react to this if I'm correct.
Oh. Hey, I have an idea on what it is. Oh wait, it's Gohan. Okay.
Wait, what did you think it was?
I thought it would be like, so you know, like the Crest 18 thing you did. But
Yeah.
No.
No. Oops. Yeah. There we go. I didn't think so.
I see.
I didn't think so. There's another thing that I wanted to see was how ambiguous this timing was, because I'm pretty sure you would block this, right? But what if I do...
Oh.
Not that. Hang on.
Oh, his. You want me to fuzzy?
No. That. I'm trying to Forgot how to super jump IAD float.
You super jump and
Yeah, I know how to do it. I'm just mechanically I'm having a hard time doing it.
all that.
There we go. I think it's like... There we go. Yeah, that was it.
I'm over focusing though.
There it is. Ah, I knew that would work.
Hey.
Wait a minute, I'm dumb.
Oh. I gotta do. Nah, I gotta tech. Oh, I was.
Alright,
Yeah.
I just wanted to see how difficult Adult Gohan was to kind of block, because I'm actually kind of curious. I mean, I think mid-screen it's probably better, because this, you know, like, stuff like...
Wait, that was.
Oh my god. Oh my god, that delay timing!
No.
This character is unblockable! Oh my god! How do you block him from a long period of time?
Become Goichi.
Oops. Oops. Oh my god. What? What is this range?
Oh.
Oops.
Oh, that.
Oh wait, I'm not level. Am I leveled up? Oh yeah, I was. Okay. Nice defense. Good tech.
I'm scared.
There you go.
There you go. Alright.
You're like, nah, fuck that. Oh my god.
Oh, that almost cost them. Alright.
This character is weird, man. This character... I have to experiment with his pressure a little bit, because I just picked him up, like, a day ago. And his pressure is something else, man. So, how difficult was that to, like, how difficult was that to block for a day 1, or day 2, technically, Adult Gohan?
Oh, that was really difficult for day 2.
Oh, man. Imagine when I actually master this character. But, now, I threw a lot of stuff at you guys, alright? So that's going to be cool. But here's the best part. Thank you so much for joining me, team. I really appreciate the demonstration. Oop, wrong one. What if we do, instead, we're going to do VOTS.
Do I leave? Or?
You can. It would be hard because I can't share my screen, so you'd be on a delay if you wanted to watch the VOD. So instead of just taking my word for it, let's actually watch the pros. How do the pros move? So we're going to stream something that was January 21st, 2020, okay, over a year and a half ago. We're going to watch Wawa versus Goichi, a couple of matches, and this time we're going to analyze it from the perspective of movement. How do these players move? Let's pay attention to the way they respect zones, to how they interact with each other. So right off the bat, both of them kind of aggressive, and both of them trying to bait each other's assists. So Bardock super jumps forward, Adult Gohan dash jumps JM, dash jumps to control the distance, and immediately loses neutral. So what does Goichi do here? So Goichi spends his double jump, lariats, and covers it with a beam. Takes his turn. Very good. That would not fly in 2021. That would get teched. I teched that. Boom, boom, boom. Very nice, very nice. So that right there was interesting. This is a more advanced form of movement, and this is a very advanced bait, which is land in zone 1. You land in zone 1, so that way you bait your opponent into attacking, and then immediately raw tag, so it whiffs. That way, they can't 2H the raw tag. That is a very good way to bait a reaction from your opponent. It's a very good way to get a character out. And if they commit to something heavily, this raw tag actually has the ability to punish. So right off the bat, Wawa wins neutral, gets base coup in. We get pressure. Very good jump from Goichi. And Goichi is going to walk out of the corner and take his turn back. Very, very good defense from Goichi because this is very active. He actually could have escaped here, believe it or not. Because he could have just double jumped, lariated out of the corner, and then called Goku. And SSJ Goku probably would have covered him, and it would have been difficult for Wawa to actually chase. But instead, he goes for the optimal decision to just land, wait for an IED, and then walks out of the corner to punish. Very, very interesting decision from Goichi. Boom, get out. Right here. Excellent showcase of movement. Wawa dash blocks. And notice how Goichi, instead of challenging or mashing auto combo, he just moves back because he has no assist. So he super jumps to get away from him. And the entire time he's super jumping to get away, Wawa is dash blocking. Dash block. Dash block. And notice how he's maintaining more or less zone 2. Right here. Maintain the distance. Maintain the distance. This distance is being maintained. If he super dashes, there's more than enough time for Wawa to 2H. And the reason why Wawa is ready, and the reason why you might be getting smoked at this distance is because you are not being aware of your opponent's options. What do I mean by that? Well, the reason why it's so dangerous to super dash Wawa here is because Wawa is aware of the situation. You are spending your double jump. You have no assists. And he is maintaining optimal distance that would allow him to properly react to it. So basically, you only have 2 options as Bardock here. Or 3 options. You either surrender your turn, you try to lariat, but then you commit to something and he can basically catch your landing. Or you continue to move back. If you super dash, you die. Essentially, because of the situation and because of this position, there's only a certain handful of things that Goichi's actually able to do, and a lot of them are bad. So, Wawa, being ready for those bad options and whatnot, is focusing more on the good options, if that makes sense. Essentially, he's prepared to cover super dash, dumb shit. He's prepared to react to that, but he's also looking out for the good stuff that Goichi can do, such as moving back, layering out of the corner, and he's being very patient even though he's the one in Spark. Now, because he's in Spark, Goichi feels no obligation to approach him, because that Spark is on him. So eventually, right here, Adult Gohan super jumps JMs to catch the up back. Like I told you. We talked about this situation earlier. Dash block. Dash block. Dash jump. Dash super jump JM. Jail down into the corner, but his assistant didn't come back yet to jail. And unfortunately, he has to spend Vanish to get out. That was an unfortunate whiff on the JH. But, yeah. And there we go. Wawa, Goichi does the same bait to Wawa. Dash block, raw tag. That's what high level movement looks like. We got Genki Dama. We don't need to see Genki Dama. Yeah, there was not a lot of neutral back in these days. In case you guys forgot. Oh my god. Oh, season 2 is painful. Season 2 is fucking painful. Anyway. Right here, dash blocks, but unfortunately probably gets caught in his jump frames trying to jump away from the assist on reaction. Oh no, he got counter hit. So right here, look at the spacing, okay? Ah, I see. So he presses because he tried to take his turn, but Goichi empty jump IAD plus an assist. That is aggressive defense. So basically, what was supposed to happen here, we have a beam to try to catch the jump, but the angle wasn't steep enough, but it did cover the Spirit Bomb on landing. While I think that jails into Vanish. So Wawa IAD's back, dashes forward to basically catch Goichi's landing. However, Goichi, very, very smart, is going to just block instead of being aggressive and call GT. That is going to let basically Wawa hang himself on the draw here because he has nothing he can do here. He tried to be aggressive. There was nothing he could do other than surrender his turn. This is basically a trap. Off the top, what are some team suggestions to help me with the mid-range and long-range neutral with 18? Just movement. You can play whatever you want with 18 as long as you move. It sounds like it's a cop-out answer, but it's honestly true. You can play whatever you want. Like, I've played 18 solo before. Like, Kaiden has played 18 solo. So, like, you could basically do whatever you want. My suggestion would be have something full screen, like Kefla A. You can have a beam, C assist. So have something full screen if you really want to round out 18. And that's pretty much it. Or you can have something that covers, like, the GT angle, like Cooler A, or a DP assist like that. Like, she's fine. She's fine with either. As long as you have something that helps her confirm, as well as helps her control the area, she's pretty much chilling. Very nice. Good defense. Good pressure from Wawa. Good stagger pressure from Wawa. Yeah. Goichi, happy to block. Goichi gets hit. That's something that you might be shocked to see, guys. Goichi gets hit with the homework. But no confirm. Wawa tried, but nothing he could do reached fast enough, unfortunately. He probably had to 5S a little bit more. But ready for the situation, he backdashes, which causes Goichi to whiff the protagonist 2M. And Goichi, remember, 5S is a poke. 5S checks aggression. He probably felt that Wawa at this position will actually try to do something. So he capitalizes on it by poking with 5S. This is very, very important. Oh my god, I'm so tired of GT. Oh, mean. That was brilliant. Let's look at this. Okay, so this DR had to be a misinput. So Wawa dash JMs because he suspects that Goichi's going to try to move back. Goichi doesn't. Goichi sees the opportunity, dashes in for the attack. Notice how he's committing to going in to zone 1. He's ready to attack. Goichi has given away his intention. And Wawa backdash 5S. The reason why he, I'm sorry, backdash JS. The reason why he did backdash JS was in case Goichi tried to dash OS 2H. And he gets caught for that. And Wawa capitalizes on his turn. All of that was possible because Wawa maintained the distance. Now, Wawa probably didn't think about Goichi approaching him. He just saw that the distance was covered and he saw Goichi begin to make an aggressive movement. So he did what he was supposed to do. Backdash JS. It is very likely that he would have done that regardless of what Goichi did. However, that is just good movement. That was a great preemptive movement that checked Goichi's aggression. Good rhythm on Wawa. Good rhythm on Wawa. Great rhythm on Wawa, but Goichi not cracking. Those grabs. Nice. Right here. Excellent movement from Wawa. Maintain zone 2. Block. That was an excellent whiff punish. Excellent whiff punish. So this right here technically constitutes a zone 1, I would say. It's a bit of a gray area. But Goichi's GT is so stubby that I feel like Wawa could have gotten away with this. If this was like a character with a big jab like Kefla or Bardock, I feel like that would have been a little bit riskier. But it's okay. But instead, he reads the whiff and manages to actually capitalize on it. Wawa and his knowledge of movement and spacing is so top level, and it is so good that it's no secret that this dude is probably one of the best players on the planet. In my opinion, top 4 easy. Like, I genuinely think Wawa is beautiful. What a great player. However, Goichi is just on another level right now. At this point in time. Yeah, Tachikawa is pretty godlike. So, very aggressive round start from Wawa. We're going to have 5H plus beam. Goichi uses his double jump to try to navigate the situation. Barely dodges the JL and uses the opportunity to jump away. And uses his movement to sort of navigate this whole quite frankly, this is a very ugly position. So he goes down, covers it with GT Goku, jumps forward, and then lariats plus SSJku to take his turn. So right here, Wawa tried to do something he was not expecting. He probably was not expecting that reflect. And here we go. The premier use of backdash. So notice how in zone 1, he IDs back, JMs, to catch that super dash like we were talking about. Now he's in zone 2. And notice how he backdashes twice to maintain the distance. He is maintaining this distance. And then that allows him to react in time to the beam to jump away. Now Wawa is using that beam to approach. Goichi realizes that he will be backed into a corner. Instead, lariats out of the way and then calls GT. Oh, that's kind of nasty, Goichi. Zoom? Zoom. A little bit of a crackhead maneuver there, but it worked. That was very aggressive. Boom. Yeah. Goichi with a very fast rhythm. Wawa getting clipped by that overhead. Yep, very little Wawa can do to crack this defense like this. There you go. Snaps. Sparks to return to neutral. What a beautiful, beautiful empty vanish to capitalize on Bardock's retreat. Uses fast fall. Nice. 2H. Jump cancel JLL 2L. Ooh, nasty. But Goichi's defense is too good and too active. So, Wawa backdashes, and this right here is why a lot of you get caught when you backdash. It's because you don't realize that when you backdash, even when you're plus, if your opponent is only -2, they can dash you. They can dash OS. Boom. And that's all it took for Bardock to take control of this situation. Now he's gonna put in a mix-up situation. Oh. Oh my god. What the fuck, Walla? He just didn't feel like blocking. He's like, nope, I'm out. What the fuck? 2L, 5L. Wow. Universal Fuzzy. Goichi Sparks. Oh, that's annoying. I feel bad for Wawa. I hate it when that happens. Oh. Yeah, Wawa tries to escape. Goichi says no. You hold this, sir. You must hold this. Yep. Oof. Notice how both of them went into zone 1, but neither of them attacked. That's very important to notice. Neither of them attacked because they recognize how dangerous the situation is. Wawa, however, is infinitely more aggressive, so Wawa takes opportunity, probably because he read that Goichi was not going to do anything. Goichi is a very fundamentally sound player, and Wawa is really good at understanding what you're supposed to do at high level and tactically abusing it. So he knows that a good player, for example, would never press there. So he's going to abuse the advantage and press there to take advantage of the fact that he knows they're not going to press. It's a high tier mind game. But right here, check that aggression. That was weird. Goichi getting grabbed. There we go. Leveled up Adult Gohan. Now this is going to be a lot nastier of a situation. Ooh, yep. Goes low instead of the fuzzy. DR is right after a -2 button. T, if you're watching this, this is what I was trying to see if it's difficult to react to. T, let me know if you got hit. Base coup, jump, floats. So normally, most characters would not be able to JL again here. Goichi, in order to block this, fuzzy guarded, and this attacked the fuzzy guard timing. That was very gross, and this character's pressure is very nasty. And of course, because of that, it makes the DR more ambiguous. Oh, Goichi's gonna get a happy birthday. Very good defense right here. The double jump to escape the corner. He keeps blocking, but now the pressure is a lot less difficult to deal with. And as you can see here, Goichi almost taking advantage of it. But it's unfortunate. I'm so tired of GT. Every time I see this character, I just feel this overwhelming exhaustion. So right here, excellent use of movement. So here's a beautiful thing that we need to pay attention to. No problem, Nebula. You have a good night too. This is where shit gets really, really degenerate, okay? So Goichi has a fundamental life and character lead. Wawa needs to take the initiative and approach here. If he gets zoned out, he's going to have a hard time. So Wawa dash blocks to potentially bait the assist. And Goichi retreats. He double jumps away to force Wawa to change timings. But Wawa instead uses the opportunity to jump and 236H, which sets up this ambiguous situation. Ooh, and Goichi gets hit. Very, very good movement here. This was before the moon jump days. So JH, it whiffs. Wawa dashes forward, and look at this. Goichi maintaining the distance. And notice how Wawa's walking back. Wawa starts walking back for a couple of reasons. One, if he's holding back, all he has to do is press S. So if GT Goku decides to, for example, GT Goku has a couple of options here. GT Goku can 236H plus assist. GT Goku can jail into vanish with beam plus assist, or GT Goku can super dash plus assist. All of these options are negated by Wawa reflecting. So if Wawa reflects the beam and Goichi vanishes, that's a 2H and a dead GT Goku. If he 236Hs plus 236Hs plus Goku or Bardock, he can reflect both the EX move and the assist, get it out of the way, and potentially jump out of the situation because GT Goku may not be able to recover and attack in time. Or if GT Goku super dashes plus assist, that also potentially gets reflected as well, which could lead... Basically, there's no way Goichi can seriously pin Wawa here in this particular position. This is just too strong, which is why I generally tell people that sometimes being on the ground is better. In this particular situation, being on the ground is actually better, and Goichi, showcasing a really deep understanding of what's going on, decides to land and instead try other ways to move in. And Wawa, right here, decides to play it a bit safe. Goichi, tired of this, goes for a pin. And Wawa going back 236Ls or 236Ms in order to get the in order to potentially catch him from being aggressive. GT's too small to so he ends up causing it to whiff. However, Bardock gets caught by it. And Adult Gohan returns to full screen and then dashes forward. This is a high level dance. Goichi understands that Wawa needs to come forward, and Wawa, while understanding that he needs to come forward, understands that GT is a really powerful threat right now. Wawa has to play very, very, very carefully because any single hit, Wawa only needs 3 hits to kill. Same situation. There you go. That's the first hit, but he doesn't capitalize on it. Goes for a pin. Oh, I felt this in my fucking soul. I felt this in my soul. Oh, not like this. Not like this. Oh, that would have been death, but he whiffs. Goichi, really, really smart. Just tries to go for the kill and try to secure it, what was left of it. Thank you so much for the follow, Vay Jazzler. I really, the Jazzler 85. Really appreciate it. Wawa, really smart, dashes out of the corner, causing Goichi to whiff, and then 6Ms, which Goichi was not ready for. Because Goichi's obviously, you see an Adult Gohan on the ground, you low block. You do not want to get hit by that low. See? That situation is the one we were talking about earlier, by the way. This is the power of reflect in this particular situation. Walking back, he goes for 5S. He reflects the assists, and then immediately reflects the Bardock Lariat, which would have happened to that GT Goku earlier. Really, really, really smart move on Wawa's end. And Wawa, even then, not risking it, just low blocks. Gets ready. Oof. Right here, the power of pokes. He steps in forward. He tries to go for his own poke, but Bardock gets there first. We'll watch one more, guys. But are you guys starting to see the situations that I was talking about in place now? Is this starting to make sense to you? Are you guys starting to be able to read the flow of neutral, so to speak? So once again, we get a very aggressive round start. 5H plus beam. And Wawa's going to dash 5H again plus base coup. Wonderful. ID. Immediate reflect. Oof. That's why you escape. Wawa should have held it. I wasn't here for the full thing. Unfortunate. However, it's a good thing for you that we actually have VODs. So if you're interested in learning about high-level neutral today, you can actually review the VOD. Ooh, very, very, very good call out. So why did let's see why Wawa mashed. It's because he saw the empty jump. The fuzzy mash is a great way to call out empty jump timings. So he delayed tech mashed because he knew it would work. Very, very, very smart. Times it in a way that there is no way Bardock can hit meaty, basically. Oh, gross. Fuzzy? Oh, fakes out the fuzzy. Ooh, yep. Empty jump low. Oh, very clever. A lot of people like to jump out. So what does he do? Uses the retreat button and then dash jumps, reading the freaking jump. That is so good. Goes for a mix-up, but Goichi's defense is so tough to crack. But everyone cracks, guys. Everyone cracks. And you just witnessed the best defensive player in the world crack under the unrelenting pressure of this character. Adult Gohan is no fucking joke on block. And you can even, like, let's just read this, all right? 5L, 5LL, 5LLL, super dash, assist, low, 5L, walks back 2L, 5M, 5L, reset, 2L again, 0 on block. That's -2. Goichi tries to mash. But nope, he cracked. Ooh, 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 Wawa with the rejump right here. Yep. Mean! 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 That was supposed to be an overhead. It whiffs. Goichi blocks low and he gets thrown. That hit T. I don't care what he says. Unrelenting pressure. Yeah. Good tech on the DR. Wawa retreats. Dash blocks. ID's back. So right here, what Wawa just did. SSJku. Dashes forward to bait the SSJku call. And ID's back to jump it. Ooh, Wawa blocked a very, very nasty situation just now. Great tech on Wawa's end. Wawa's defense is no joke either. There we go. Yeah. Wawa ending his turn early. Trying to see how Goichi will respond. Oh, pain. Pain. Goichi showcasing brilliant health management. Alright, I'm not watching Gekidama. Alright, yeah. Woo! Wawa dominating neutral here. Jails into Vanish. Goes for the cross-up. Goichi fuzzy jumps. Double jumps as well. Wawa going for the 2H plus beam. Excellent call. And then into the grab. That is super, super ambiguous right here. And then, of course, is going to go for a full comp. No, it goes to the reset. So Goichi has demonstrated a real love for fuzzy jumping. And this is one of the beautiful things about Goichi's defense. Goichi understands when an opponent is trying to attack something that he does a lot and is very careful not to let it become a habit. This right here is one of the reasons why he's one of the best defensive players in the world, if not the best defensive player in the world. It's because he doesn't rely on things to the point where it becomes a habit. He is very happy to just block. So if I tell you to just block, that's why. You want to cultivate that. You want to make it ambiguous. You never want to allow something like fuzzy jumping, mashing, or anything become a habit. T, if you're listening, this is the difference between your pressure and this is the difference between your defense and Goichi's defense, is that I can attack your timings. Even when you block very, very, very well. Even if you block well, for example, when I'm kind of like pushing your reactions, when I actually sit there and I make you block everything, you're actually blocking a lot better than you normally would because you're paying attention. You know that I don't intend to cause harm. You know that I'm just testing your reaction, so you're ready to react. However, you get antsy. You will mash, you will jump, you will try to escape the situation. And because you are antsy to escape, it's very easy to take advantage of you. Basically, if you had a fuzzy jumping habit, this would have 100% caught you. But that was okay because he knew Goichi would go for the kill. And that was his downfall. Goichi, too aggressive. So this game, it's in Wawa's favor. It's roughly even. 2 characters a pop. Look at this beautiful evasive movement right here from Wawa. Man, I wish I could move like him. So remember what I said. ID backdash in zone 2. Don't backdash in zone 1. Backdash in zone 2. Backdash, forward dash. Right here. What was that move, guys? What did you just see? Why did Wawa do this? Dashes forward because he has no assists. Jumps and IDs back because he's baiting Bardock. He's trying to get Goichi to basically spend Bardock and basically do that. But Goichi is very, very, very weird because he doesn't fall for baits like that. Goichi just has this instinct where he knows when you're trying to bait something, so he'll do the thing that you're baiting when you're not expecting him to. He's extremely good at that. Good challenge from Wawa. Beautiful. Goichi dash OSing the entire time on block. That is really hard to do. And instead mashes. And gets grabbed. Beautiful raw tag bait right there from Wawa. Wawa definitely willing to showcase that he is no fucking slouch, even against Goichi. Right here. Goichi cracked. But no conversion because Wawa didn't believe. Wawa was tunnel visioned right here. Right there. What did we see? Empty jump, assist. Excellent way to bait your opponent's aggression. And Wawa taking full advantage. Woo! And notice the slowdown on the rhythm here. Fast, slow. Make the reset ambiguous. Yep. Yep. Notice the different timings, and that gets the hit right here. Boom, 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 boom. Beautiful. Literally just as Spark ran out. 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 No problem, Tokyo's. Take care. And welcome to the Discord. Thank you so much for the sub. Right now, I do PC, not Xbox. But I do PSN evals from time to time, so just keep an eye out. I probably will do those pretty soon. Wawa taking this. Excellent movement. Excellent movement. Goichi checking approaches. Excellent reply from Wawa. And look at Wawa's movement here. Wawa determined to bait Goichi to come forward. Yep. Backdash. Dashes under for the 2M, but just misses it. Goichi can be a gorilla sometimes. He blocks everything, and then every now and again, he decides to roll level 3. That's just the kind of player Goichi is. Fake cross-up. Nasty. But notice how neither player, even here, is willing to take a turn. You don't always need to attack, guys. That's the number one rule of high-level approaches. You don't always need to attack. Excellent movement. Calls out the dash block 2H with JS. Really smart. Gonna get the third bar here and basically put Wawa. Oh no, he's not gonna put Wawa in a level 3 situation. He wants that 3 bars to kill. But oh, no confirm on the 5M. That's the second time this match. He goes for a raw level 3. Nope. And that's gonna close out the round. But guys, this is an example of how people move at the highest of high level. Go ahead and review this. Go ahead and review this. Go rewatch this VOD, guys. Go pay attention, because this is going to be part of the curriculum as we move into high level neutral. Approaches and retreats are the most important element. So, to recap, number 1, maintain zone 2 at all times. Number 2, only backdash in zone 2. When you're in zone 1, IAD back. It is much easier to react to what your opponent's doing in zone 2 than in zone 1. If you're in zone 1, just block. 3, utilize your pokes. Notice how they would dash 5M, dash 5S. They would call assists. You basically utilize your pokes in their effective ranges. It's okay if they whiff, but you need to threaten it from time to time. And number 4, you don't need to attack every second. You can take some time to assess the situation. You can allow your opponent to play. It's okay to be patient. With that in mind, guys, go ahead and review our masterclass. Go ahead and watch the VOD. The VOD will be up tomorrow and probably be uploaded by the end of the week on YouTube. Thank you so much for joining me, guys. I hope you guys have a wonderful evening. Good night, guys.